Hello and welcome back to the Leeds United FM20 Save. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's transfer special. A bit of a longer episode today, obviously, like we did last season. You guys really enjoyed it last season, which surprised me, to be fair, because I just didn't think you would. But you guys loved it, so I thought we'll do another one this season as we go through all our outs and all our ins for the next season. First things first, let's set a likes target. 250 likes on today's video would be superb. We're really close now to 15,600 subscribers as well, so let's try and push that over the line as well. If you've not yet already pressed subscribe, please do, because it massively helps the channel out. Now, it's currently the 4th of June. My plan was to start the episode on the 9th of June. However, something's happened, and the eagle-eyed amongst you will have already seen it over here on this transfer thing. I just was continuing the game, and this has happened. Norwich are making a £50 million bid for Jamie Shackleton. And if I'm honest with you, I think I'd be stupid to turn it down. I know a lot of you will be thinking, no, don't sell him, keep him at the club, but hear me out on this, all right? Hear me out. Like we did last season, I've sort of planned out the players that I want to be keeping, the players that are going to be sort of our backup players for this season, and the players who aren't part of my plans. If we actually switch to the squad view, it's a bit easy to see. Of course, Vinicius Jr., Kulusevski, Karol Filler will be leaving the club to go back to their parent club. We'll try and get Vinicius Jr. back because it's a pretty decent loan player to have, although he didn't play particularly well for us. I think we might try and get him back. I think Justin Kluivert, it's probably his time to go. Ben Wilmot, he's never really quite developed or played for as much at all, so I think it's time for him to go as well. And Robin Koch, yes, he's good, but I know clubs are interested in him. There are Newcastle want him. I know other clubs have been interested as well. I'm not too fussed about selling him, but if good bids come in, I'm happy to let him go. So 3 players potentially leaving the club that I want to leave the club. If we jump back into the formation, I'm very happy with Fernandez in goal, obviously. We did talk about maybe Haps leaving the club. If bids come in for him, good bids, I'll let him go. But in the meantime, I'm happy for him to stay at the club. Of course, Josko, I'm happy to keep him. If Robin Koch and Ben Wilmot leave the club, we need a new centre-back on the right-hand side and a new right-back, of course, because we haven't really got a brilliant right-back. We've got Cody Drammer, but he's not quite up to first-team standards yet. Of course, Calvin Phillips will stay in the squad. Shackleton, I do want to keep because he's played very, very well, and you know he keeps impressing and he's a Leeds homegrown player. But of course, we've got McCalmont who could play behind him as well. So it's not the end of the world if we lose him. Of course, Carlos Elena as well can also drop in there. So we've got options, and £50 million is a lot of money. Holozek will have to stay at the club as well. He's been fantastic this season. Vital was very, very good. And Rodrigo, of course, with 22 goals this season was superb. So the priority positions this transfer window are left wing, centre-back and right-back. We do need a backup centre midfielder in behind Calvin Phillips, I believe. That's what that position's for. We need a backup right back. What's the before? No, backup right centre back. So we need an actual first choice right centre back and a backup right centre back as well. So not too many players to buy, but we need to work on the quality of the signings. Now we've got 80 million in the bank, 78 million to spend on transfers, and we get 80% of transfer revenue from selling players. So would he get an awful lot of money? Would he get, what, 45 million, would we, from that transfer to spend? And, like, an extra 45 million on that, we could bring some real quality into this side. Shackleton is a good player. He's a very, very good player. However, for an extra £50 million, I think we could bring in better players. So I'm happy to let him go. I am a bit nervous about his transfer, because it is orange locked in. And when I've had these before in other saves, if you try and negotiate it, they just withdraw the offer and they never really get interested again. Are other clubs interested in him? I think he's only valued at £21 million as well. Oh, transfer status, only Norwich who want him. I think we accept it. Accept that offer and just see what happens. So imagine that's huge money for us. Huge money for us if we can get him gone. I mean, not that I want him gone, but £50 million is a lot of money. An awful lot of money, I must say, as we're renewing the coaching contracts for some of our staff, which is good. But we're going to try, I mean, I won't do it on camera because it takes a long, long time, but I will basically go through the entire staff because it all needs a reshuffle. With so many staff leaving this transfer window, because they usually have 2-year deals. These 2-year deals have come to its conclusion, so it's time to revamp all of the backroom staff. But I'll be looking at signing 20, 30 staff members. So it's going to take too long to do, as well as transfer. So that'll be sort of done in the background. So in today's episode, you probably will see plenty of things saying so-and-so's accepted the contract, so-and-so's accepted the contract, which I won't show you because it will be just staff members the entire time. And it's happened. Jamie Shackleton, happy to leave the... We're only getting 31 million. That seems a bit low. 10%, that's fine. So we should be getting £40 million if we get 80% of our transfer. That seems very low. But at least we'll have over £100 million to spend, which would be good. But I don't think we can turn down 50 million. If I'm honest with you, I just don't think we can. So it is with a heavy heart. It's not quite what I want to do, but it's a lot of money. And we now have to really reinvest that in some better players. We can't let, we've got to invest the money. We've got to build a really good squad now. So, it's not come through yet, I guess, because it's not actually happened yet, the transfer. But £108 million to spend now. £108 million. Okay. I'm excited. So, instantly, I am seeing that Dwight Mcneil is transfer listed by Burnley. Okay. Obviously, Burnley were relegated this season. Dwight Mcneil, in-game actually is a wonder kid. He's 21 years old now, so I won't say wonder kid, but he must be a pretty decent player. Let's just do a bit of quick comparison with Justin Kluivert, who is faster, but Dwight Mcneil seems to be just as good, if not a little better. I assume we'll get a pretty cheap deal on him as well if they've just been relegated. Also means we can get rid of Justin Kluivert as well, probably for more money as well. So, how much he listed for? 19.5 million. Has he got a relegation release fee clause? He doesn't. So £19 million is what we have to spend on him. But I think it's a worthwhile deal, if I'm honest with you. So let's make this £19.5 million offer that he's been listed for. Let's make the offer, get the deal done before anyone else does. He's a good young player, but potentially it might just work better. I don't know. What the curse of a left wing could affect him as well, but we'll have to wait and see. So Shackleton is officially gone now. Fans obviously very unhappy about it. I'm unhappy about it as well, but it's £50 million. We can't turn that kind of money down. Bid coming in for Tyler Roberts as well. We said we wouldn't mind letting him go for the right deal, but this is certainly not the right deal. Only up to £7 million. Like, it's not enough money, so he's not leaving. Bid coming in from Ben Wilmot. Swansea want him for 3.2 million. We spent £9 million on him. What a waste of money. Can we get more? How much? 5 million? Can we try and get 5 mil? And they've just come back saying no, so we won't be selling him for that. What we will try to do, though, is transfer list him, offer him to clubs, see who bids what, and then try and start a bit of a bidding war on Ben Wilmot. So this is a bit more like it. 5 million, 5 million, 5 million. Let's reject Swansea straight away. Can we negotiate these? We can't negotiate them. So we'll reject them in the meantime and transfer offer to clubs. Let's start the bidding at 10 million. See if they bite on 10 mil. In the meantime, Bournemouth want Holozek. Not a chance, lad. You're not taking him away from us, as loads of our youth players are having bids made for them. But of course, Anino, he's signed a contract, so he can't leave the club, so we'll keep rejecting all these. Newcastle, bid big for Robin Koch, 28 million. Okay. How much can we get for him? I'm going to reject that. I'm going to transfer offer to clubs. Just offer unspecified to start off with and see who comes in with what. Burnley wants 19.5 plus 30% of profit on future sale. Let's just take it down to 20%. That's the lowest we can go with it. Suggest, and they want 30. Okay, we have to accept 30. But Dwight Mcneil, first player potentially coming to the club. Wilmot is upset because he can't join Newcastle. We'll sort that out later on, lad. In the meantime, Koch also unhappy. But I just want to focus on Dwight Mcneil instead, lads. Just focus on Dwight Mcneil. Squad player, regular starter, important player. That seems fine to me. Pretty low wage. Let's get him on 30. Imagine if we save so much money on selling Justin Kluivert for Dwight Mcneil. Let's get rid of a lot of these bonuses as well. He wants more money. How about just 40 grand, lad? 40 grand a week. You'll take 40. 40 is a lot of money, Dwight. Don't be too greedy. There we go. 40k a week. Looks like a done deal for Dwight Mcneil. Newcastle, the only club bidding for Koch when we offered him out, only 23 million. So we may have made a bit of a mistake there. Let's try and offer Robin out then for 30 mil and see if Newcastle bite on 30 million for him. They don't. They just keep dropping the price down. Lads, Seriously, how about 25? Well, they've accepted 25. Do we sell him for 25? What are Sheffield offering? Even less. Oh, it's not great. How about we reject that? Reject that. Transfer. Offer to clubs. Go 28 and see if Newcastle bid 28. I want to see if we can get them to 30 million. They're interested. Newcastle offering 28 is a good deal. Let's get him gone for £28 million because we could think of the players we could bring in. I think we're going to have such a good transfer window. And whilst we're here as well, Justin Cliver, transfer, offer to clubs. Let's 40 mil. Let's see if anyone bites on 40. They won't. They won't bite on 40. I mean, I can't believe we sold Shackleton for 50 million. That is daylight robbery. No way he's worth 50 million pounds. I mean, but it's good money for the club. Really good money for the club. Clubs are interested, but not at 40 million pounds. Then okay, let's just take that. Take that off. Just see what they bid in the first place. So West Brom, Blackburn, Bournemouth want him 21 mil. Can we negotiate any of these? I don't think we'll be able to, no. So let's keep pushing the price up. They did also want a lot of money in wages as well, didn't they? So let's add in selling team wage contribution, £1,000 a week. Let's try that. Clive across that you can't go to Bournemouth. Well, let's discuss the issue with him. We want more money. Let's try and push it up as high as possible. Let's say 38. And he says that seems reasonable. Okay, so I don't think we'll get 38 for him because we are pushing him out there. But who's this guy? Kenneth Taylor, centre midfielder, 19 years old, currently plays for Ajax. A playmaker. Is this the replacement for Shackleton, maybe? I'll give it to you. He does look good for 19 years old. How much they want for him? They don't want to sell him. Scouts love him, though. He's interested in a transfer. Let's just suggest, they say, we're not spending £50 million on him, lad. 20. How about 20? Suggest. They say 30, which means about 25 mil. Does that seem reasonable? I don't know. Although that does mean we have made £25 million on Shackleton, doesn't it, I guess? Who's this chap as well? Ferro. He plays with both feet, ball-playing defender, currently at Benfica. Is this the replacement for Koch? Has played very well the past 2 seasons at Benfica as well. Okay. 6'3", good jumping reach, good heading, good tackling. Passing's very good as well. I'm tempted, you know. Not quite as fast as Robin Koch, but pretty similar defensively, but much more better. He's more well-rounded of a player, I guess. How much do they want for him? Is it 65 million, did I see? 86 is a... Ooh. How much? Can we suggest 25? They want 37. Let's drop that down to 27, 35, 30. Let's try 30 mil, 32... 30.5, they won't accept that. We have to like 31.5, won't it? Let's make that offer. Kenneth Taylor bid has been accepted, 25 mil. I think this is a good deal. I think it's a good deal. If let's get rid of these like future wages and things like that. Minimum free release clause is a bit low. Let's remove that. Suggest he wants 50k a week. How about 40k a week, lad? And £1 million signing on fee. He wants 52. How about 42? 42.5. There we go. Okay. Kenneth Taylor, good. God, West Ham are really bidding for an Eno. For a 16-year-old, they're willing to part with 8.5 million. Must mean he's going to be good in the future, so let's keep rejecting these. Benfica accepted that £31.5 million for Ferro. I think I'm being a bit premature. We've not looked at any other centre-backs yet. So I think we need to do that first. And I'll be honest, from the ones we've got scouted out that are interested in transfers, I mean, Ferro is apparently not interested in the transfer to us, but he does want to talk about contracts. But if we just include the ones that are interested, there's not a huge amount of quality available. Peripherals from Ajax, I believe he has a bit of potential on him and could be our new backup. I think we stick with that Ferro deal, to be fair, actually, looking at what's available centre-back wise. We sort by potential instead. Who's this Keek guy on loan from Ajax? Played last season in the Premier League. More of a left-footed though, so I'm not so keen on that. I want a right-footed one. Very cheap guy from Argentina. Do we need... I don't think we need work permits anymore, do we? But he's only League One quality right now. But he could be good to get anyway, because he's quite cheap. How much do they want for him? Suggest 5 mil. We can get this down to 2.5 mil. Can't we? 2.8. Let's try that. 3 mil. Let's just try that. Go on. Take 3 mil. You'll love to see it. But he's not going to be our backup because he's not good enough yet. Per shares, what was his? Is he... He's championship level, which is good enough to be backup, I guess. How much? Suggest 4.6. Happy with 4.6. Okay, well, I should have gone a bit lower than that. Well, 4.6 it is then. We'll stick with the Ferro deal as well then. So I'll go back and offer him... He wants a big contract, to be fair. A very big contract. He wants top half. He basically wants everything to be improved. Can we get rid of that? And can we get rid of improved coaching team, please? Suggest. He's happy with that. Okay, that seems okay. We've got to offer him the contract, though. Oh, God, I hate it when they do this. The worst bit. Okay, let's get rid of that sell-on percentage fee. Unused substitute fee. Let's get rid of that. Let's just suggest this off the bat. God, he's come back with big offers. What's the max we can pay? 96. Oh, my God. Right, I need to adjust the budget slightly to put some more on the wages. Can we now offer... He wanted 130. We can go 125. Oh, that 4 million signing on fee is going to ruin him. Oh, God. I don't think we're going to get him, if I'm honest with you. We have. Oh, excellent. It's a big contract. I've done it now, haven't I? I've done it. He does look good, Tom. He does look good. Calm down. God, he's going up... Jesus Christ, £100,000 more. More than £100,000 more a month as well. A week. A week, not even a month, Tom. Have we made the right call here? I think so. He's played so well the past two seasons. I think we have done. And then, of course, the two contracts for the other two young centre-backs coming through. Signo, the Argentinian. Let's give him a quick contract as well, although it's not going to be a huge contract at all because he's so young. That's absolutely fine. And then Schurz, who would come in as our backup next season. I think I'm happy with all of this. Apart from that minimum fee release clause, I'm happy with most things. I got rid of most things, didn't I? Let's get him to 30k a week. That's okay. That's good. God, okay. So to quickly remind myself, let alone you guys, the centre back, centre mid, left wing. Okay, that seems okay. McNeil is set to sign. I'd rather get Cliver gone first before we commit to spending on him. So let's offer him out again for 30 mil. Let's just see what happens. Because apparently West Brom are now interested in £40 million deal, which I don't think is quite true. Blackburn willing to spend £9.5 million on Ben Wilmot. I think that's the best we're going to get because no one else is offering anything decent, so we'll accept that as well. West Brom putting bigs in, but it's not big enough, lads. It's not big enough. Let's reject that. And let's drop it back down. Offer to clubs. Drop it back down to 22.5. Okay. Kenneth Taylor set to join. I will accept this one right now because he is coming in straight away as that replacement to Shackleton. So Kenneth Taylor, welcome to the club. He's not quite as good right now, I don't think. But I'm happy with him coming in. And I think, if you look at the reports, a little bit below... I mean, apparently Alfie McAlmont's world class. Shitty Joe loves Alfie McAlmont. If I'm honest with you, let's compare him quickly with... Is he there? Kenneth Taylor. It's okay. Maybe McAlmont is slightly better. But, I mean, there's not an awful lot in it. And this guy's 2 years younger as well. I just don't think McAlmont... I mean, let's compare McAlmont with Calvin Phillips, for example, as well, to see this. Because I think Shitty Gel's got this wrong, if I'm honest with you. Where's Phillips? Phillips down there. Calvin's head and shoulders better. So I'm not quite sure why Shitty Gel rates him so highly. But I think Kenneth Taylor's a good deal. I think he's a good deal. So let's get him in. Ferro's set to sign for us. That's a big chunk of our transfer budget. But I'm willing to accept it because I think he's a good player. So let's get him in. Oh my God, I'm not so happy, am I? Have I made mistakes, lads? I need your reassurance in the comment section. But clubs aren't willing to go from 22.5 to then going to £25 million for Justin. We've got to sell him for 22.5 then. Offer to clubs. 22.5. Let's also add in selling team wage contribution. We'll pay £1,000 a week to wages. Let's do that. Offer him to clubs and we'll sell him to someone. So there we go. West Brom and Blackburn want him. Let's get him gone. The Argentinian Rodolfo Signo is coming to the club as well. We'll get him out on loan somewhere this season, I would imagine, as well. Is he under 23 squad? He's in the under 23 squad. League One level, but we'll get him loaned out somewhere nice. Seemed like a very good cheap deal for someone with a lot of potential, so he's one for the future. And Robin Koch is now ready to leave the club to go to Newcastle. It's a Premier League rival, I know. It probably will score past it at some point, but I think we've certainly made an upgrade on him with Ferro. So I'm happy. And we've got good money for him. We've basically nullified the Ferro transfer cost as well with that one. We've paid a little bit more for Ferro, but he is a little bit better. So, you know, overall, we're doing some good business. Persha's coming in for £4.6 million. He'll be our backup this season. So that seems, his potential is... Scouts have not done their due diligence there. Tell him he's got 5-star potential. Oh, we may have been done dirty a little bit there. May have been done dirty just a little bit. Good job he's backup. But I feel like we've just replaced one Ben Wilmot with another Ben Wilmot, if I'm honest with you. Well, it's now the next day, just because these take quite a while to record. Ran out of time last night, so recording it today as well now. Hence the hair looking just messy and the shirt being different. I've just changed tops and ruined my hair just for the sake of it. But instantly, Dwight Mcneil ready to join the club again. Have we sold Justin Cliver? I can't remember what we did last night now. Justin Cliver, is he's still at the club? He is talking to clubs though, isn't he? Transfer status. Yeah, he's talking to Blackburn and West Brom. Let's just delay it once more because I'm not entirely sure he'll accept those contracts at Blackburn or West Brom or whoever he's talking to. I don't think he'll accept those contracts. What has happened though, Wilmot is accepting that contract at Blackburn, so he's leaving for £9.5 million. We've actually made profit on him, which I'm very, very surprised by, if I'm honest with you, as I think we're going to let all these youth players... Owen Bray might be able to stay, actually. In fact... Yeah, let's keep these two with 3-star potential, but let's get rid of the rest of them. Oh, and Justin Cliver is set to leave the club. Okay. I mean, that's... I wasn't sure he'd actually accept the contract from a team like Blackburn, but he has done. Well, we've made some money at least, which is good. So we'll let him go. I know it's a cheap deal, and it's annoying because in my stream save with Arsenal, we sold him to Barcelona for £120 million. We've lost the £100 million on him, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, but he just didn't perform for us. We weren't ever going to sell him for much money, but I'm glad he's gone. We can now go and ask for confirmation on the Dwight Mcneil transfer as well, and we'll all be golden. I must say, it is pretty mad that in this universe, Dwight Mcneil is an upgrade on a Clivert. But there he is. Let's accept this then. What, £20 million or so? At least we've made a bit of money on a winger, but McNeil is here. So to confirm then, we've sold Shackleton, Koch, Wilmot and Clivert for £110 million total. We've brought in Kenneth Taylor as a replacement for Jamie Shackleton. We've brought Ferro in as a replacement for Robin Koch. We've brought these two in to replace Ben Wilmot essentially, and then Dwight Mcneil's come in to replace Clivert. So what we can do on here now then is obviously put Ferro in there, but he likes to be a ball-playing defender on defend, which is good. We've not yet signed a right back. That's the next task, obviously. We can put, if we can find him, Kenneth Taylor into the centre of midfield. And then, of course, we can put Dwight Mcneil on the left-hand side as well. Okay, nice one. In terms of the backup right centre-back, we can put Peripherals whenever we can find him. And we need another backup centre midfielder, ideally. Okay. We've got £60 million to do it as well, so we could bring in a few players, to be fair. Tomiyasu is a very good right back. We've not got him scouted out, but I know he's very, very good, because I've got all my Arsenal save on stream. How much do Bologna want for him? 40 mil. That's a lot of money. 20 mil? Can they do 20 million? They say 32.5. So we'll go to 25 mil. They want more than that, won't they? Let's also get rid of this thing as well, because we don't want to do that. 25 mil. They say 29. We say 26. They say 28. We say 27. And we get an agreement for 27. He is happy to discuss terms with us. However, he's more interested in Borussia Dortmund and wants a lot of money per week. Let's just... Well, have we got any... We have got actual numbers on him. But he is better than Carol Filler just. But we'll get... is he? I mean, he is better because the green does extend out. But they're very, very similar. And how good was Carol Filler for us? He got nearly a 7 rating, to be fair. He is a Premier League quality player. So that means Tomiyasu is as well. But are we spending too much money on a player that probably isn't a massive upgrade? I think we'll still offer the contract to him and see what happens. He wants to play centre-back as well. No, lad, you're playing right-back anyway. So let's do that. Important players, fine. Let's try and get this down as low as possible. And then we'll wait for scout reports to come through on more right backs and we'll sort of see what happens. So we've got him on 75 grand a week, which is pretty decent, but he has got a big minimum fee release clause there of £72 million, which could be triggered at some point, but we'd say yes to £72 million. I've just tried to get Joel back from Arsenal. Arsenal want £114 million for him. I'm so stupid with contracts. I hate myself for this. Who's this guy then playing for Bayern Munich? He's got 5-star potential. He's 21. A playmaker, but can play in the attacking midfield as well. Mikel, I presume is how you're saying that. Kusens is also probably how you don't say his name. But he looks decent. I mean, his first touch, passing and technique are off the charts pretty much. His vision is so good as well. How much is he available for, Bayern Munich? How much are you willing to sell him for? 69 million. Okay, can we bring this down, please? Let's go straight in for 20. 20 mil. They want 62 now. So 30. They want 51 now. Ooh, it might be too expensive right now. Gedson Fernandez might be available, though, to sort of rotate with Calvin Phillips. He's currently on loan at Tottenham, but that was for last season from Benfica. So he is available to buy. For how much? 15 to 32 million. Let's make an offer, shall we? Let's drop it to 15 million and see what they say to that. 73. Okay, well, it's not what we wanted, Benfica, if I'm honest with you. How about 25 mil? No, okay, we're not getting this guy either. Right, it's pre-season meeting time now as the squad are back from their pre-season. We're just going to say top half finish these players, and they all seem to be happy with that. I think if we went any higher, they'd get a bit cross. So top half is what they seem happy with, which is quite nice. Training camp, we're going to go to China this time around. Auto-select that, including youth prospects, please. And luckily for us, Kenneth Taylor came third in European Under-21 Championships goal of a tournament, which I guess is good for us somehow. Luckily for us, our scouts actually do think Tomiyasu at the moment is the best shout to go for. As you can tell as well, I have massively depleted the staff as well. So I need to go and just sort this out quickly as well. I won't show it on camera because it will take an awful long time to find decent scouts and medical staff and coaches. What is stupid though, I've just found, Jens Lehmann, obviously Arsenal legend goalkeeper, 2020 in his goalkeeper coaching, alright? Apparently suitability for goalkeeping coach is non-existent, and if we want to sign him as a goalkeeping coach, we can't, because he hates being a goalkeeping coach, so you can't sign him as that. What is going on with Jens Lehmann there? You know what? I think I'm going to accept the bid for Tomiyasu. I don't think they found a better right back yet. Assignments, scout priorities. Pablo Maffeo. Is he as good right now, though? Can we compare the two of them, please? They are very similar, actually. Very, very similar. Although he's a year older, Tomiyasu's a year younger. I think Tomiyasu is a little bit better, actually. Not quite as fast, but is better. Also, we do get that versatility with Tomiyasu that he can play centre-back as well quite comfortably. So it's a lot of money, but I'm accepting the bid for Tomiyasu. He is going to be our new right-back this season. Please don't let me down. He looks good. He looks good. I think that's good. I think we've got a good deal there for Tomiyasu. So let's get him in that right-back slot. Get him training to be a proper right-back as well. He's more of a full-back than a wing-back, but let's train him to be a wing-back. And that looks like a pretty complete squad to me, actually, if I'm honest with you. And at the moment, no one else player-wise, these are all staff, no one else player-wise is coming in yet. And we've got 32 million to spend. So we may as well spend it. I mean, Mesut Ozil are listed for £0. They're literally selling him for nothing. How much can we get Ozil for? Let's make the offer for him. I mean, obviously the contract demands will be insane, but I'm interested. Oh, Radja Nainggolan is listed. How much for? Radja, 7 million. He could be the man we need. Radja Nainggolan, he looks class. He might be terrible. Radja, 7 mil. I love a bit of Radja. He only wants £84,000 a week, and we haven't got a scout report on him yet. I mean, but okay, we have got relative numbers on him. Let's we can do a staff comparison. Amazing. We want to compare him though with Calvin Phillips, and I tell you what, physically and in terms of speed, he's not there. He's better everywhere else though, and apparently his best role as attacking midfielder. I mean, I've seen more as a centre midfielder, if I'm honest with you. This might not be a bad option for us. He'll decline a little bit, but he'll be very good at tutoring players to be as aggressive as possible, probably. I'm 2-year deal. It's a 2-year deal. How about 70 grand a week, lad? 70 grand a week. You can have a 1-year extension after 20 games in your final season. We'll give you a non-playing role as well. A new substitute fee. Might have to stay to keep him on a lower wage. 2 million signing on fee. He wants a lot more money. 75k a week. That might be what you offered last time. I can't remember. 77k a week. Come on, lad. Just get it under 80k, please. Just get it under 80. 79. He's happy with that. Are we actually signing Radja Nainggolan? This is an unexpected turn today, but it might be happening. And now here come all of the staff members joining the club. So ignore all of these like large set to sign for Leeds. These aren't players. These are all just scouts that are just or coaches or whatever that are coming in to bolster everything. So ignore most of this. I will say I'm very pleased. We have signed a former Barcelona under-19 or under-23 manager. He's coming in at some point, which is going to be great. Ozil not interested in talking to us. Annoying, we could have gotten for a free transfer. Bloody long list of staff members joining now. Loads of them. But the big man is here. Radja, I can't believe I'm doing this. Please be... I mean, we saw he was as good as Calvin Phillips, all right? We saw he was as good as Calvin Phillips. They've come back into these 3-star current ability. Phillips, welcome to the club, please. That would be great. Add to training camp squad. But he does look good. And he is just as good as Calvin Phillips. I mean, apart from he's not quite as physical anymore, or not quite as speedy anymore, but he's very, very good in other areas. I'm trying to justify this to myself as well as you guys. You know how much I love Nainggolan, all right? You know how much I love him. And speaking of how much I love him, the Streamer Showdown is back this week. If Football Manager managed to fix their online feature, I'll talk more about it in tomorrow's video, but I am back in the Streamer Showdown playing in it again this month, so more on that to come tomorrow, I suppose. Also, probably a good idea to turn our attention to young players who need to be loaned out. So, if we sort it by ability, we can see that there's a few players 2-star current ability in the 23 squad who might be worth loaning out. This guy, League 1 level, I reckon it's worth loaning out. So I'm going to offer a load of these players out and we'll see who sort of comes back for some of them. See, Bogus, for example. Loads of MLS clubs want him, but they're not loaded into the game properly as a playable league, so I don't think he'll develop that well at those clubs. He's been to Swansea for 2 years in a row and not quite developed as much as we would have wanted him to. Obviously, we could go to Burnley, but he'd be a squad player at Burnley. But they're predicted to do very well this season. So for me, it's either go to Burnley and probably get promoted, but not play so much, or stay with us in our first team, but not play. I think we keep at the first team. I think it's time to move him up to the first team. Actually, this particular player won't play a lot, but will get rotation. And we'll get the benefit of being tutored by, of course, the one and only Radja Nainggolan. West Ham are interested in Haps, and they want to know how much they can spend on him. 20 million. I'll let him go for 20 mil. They say 15. I mean, to be fair, I'm doing this as if we've already got a left back coming in. What left backs are available to us? If we just clear this out, edit search, look for a left back. Are decent ones available that want to join us? Potentially. This Uruguayan guy looks very good, actually. Very good. Reports, he'll be available pretty cheap. Let's just compare him quickly with Haps. It becomes quite apparent, actually, that apart from speed and physically, this guy's better. So is this now the chance where we get rid of Haps and bring in this Uruguayan guy? Well, let's put a bid in for him. Transfer, make an offer. I mean, how much do they want for him? 5 million. Of course, we don't have to do work permits anymore, so 4.3, 4.5, 4.4 suggests that. Finalise that deal. And then, I mean, Haps, we'll try and send them to West Ham for 17.5, which they're happy with. At the same time, though, transfer offer to clubs. Let's put him up for 22.5 and see if clubs buy him for that. The Uruguayan chap, Oliza, has accepted the bid. He wants to be a regular starter, which is fine. We can deal with that. How about 37k a week, lad? How does that sound? He wants a bit more. 39, get rid of the new substitute fee. And we'll have a deal, mate. A deal is done there. Doesn't look like there are any bids coming in for Haps, though, unfortunately. Stuart Dallas is finally leaving the club. He's joining Swansea on a permanent deal. See you later. But Haps, no one's bidding for him. Let's drop it down to 20 mil. See if anyone's interested at 20 million pounds, and then we can reject that, the West Ham deal and things like that. But it doesn't look like anyone wants to buy him for that, which is a shame, as apparently there's potential takeover talks in place, but I'm not sure of how true that will be. I mean, the wing back is all ready to come. He's all ready to come. I assume it's just a formality that Haps will be leaving the club. So only for £4.4 million, like it's so cheap. Let's get him into the club. We can get a direct comparison with him and Haps then as well as he joins the club. Rodrigo, welcome him, please. That'd be fantastic if you could do. Intensive language course, add to training camp squad. Let's have a quick. I mean, Shitty Joe doesn't think he's as good, which is not great if I'm honest with you. But his crossing and dribbling he looks really good. Let's actually compare him with Haps now that we've got him. He's better than Haps. So Shitty Gel is all wrong with whatever he's saying here. He's all wrong with that. This guy is better than Haps. And I'll be honest with you, let's compare him with Nedliakov as well, because he will be better than him as well. I'm sure he will be. Nedliakov is slightly better in terms of physical speeds and mentals and everywhere else. This guy's, I think we've got a good deal here. Either way, we're making money. We've brought in a player who's as good, if not better. So I think we've done well. Haps also set to sign for £17.5 million to West Ham. We've made profit on him as well. I think that's a very good sort of switch around. Now it's just a case of trying to sign some youngsters, basically. I mean, this guy, valued at £17,000 from Cruz Azul. He's got 5-star potential. He looks really good, actually. 17k, that's all he's valued at. They don't want to sell him, obviously. How much do they want for 19 million? Of course they bloody well do. Ferran Gonzalez from Birmingham. Young striker, 5-star potential. Looks very good mentally for 17 years old. I think we showed him off a few episodes ago at least. How much do they want for him now? 32 mil. Right. How about 10 million, Birmingham? They say 23, so how about 16 million then? That's in the middle, isn't it? 16.75, 16.25. Come on, let's do a deal on that. He looks like a good player. And we've got the money to spend, so why not bring in what looks to be a very promising striker? There's a guy here called Bastian Funk, who has probably got one of the best names I've ever seen. And he does look quite good as well, actually. How much do Rapid Vienna want for him? Suggest terms. 1.5 million? I'll bite your hand off on that. Let's get it. 1 million. Let's try that. Accept it. Oh, you'd love to see it. João Colo, left back at Basel. Maybe got 5. It might not have 5-star potential at all, but let's see how much they want for him. How much? 2.6 mil. How about 1.5 mil and 30%? Done deal. Amazing. You love to see it. Ferran Gonzalez isn't interested in talking to us. Ferran, why? What's wrong with us? It says transfer interest there. It says he's interested. Why are you not talking to us then? Let's get in the media. Let's get straight into the media with him. Declare interest for transfer. Yes, we would like him, please. At least Bastian Funk is interested in us. Actually, he's got such a great name. Finalise the offer. Let's just... Oh, I've pressed... Oh, for goodness sake. I've clicked through too quick there. Didn't mean to do that, but we can't go back on that now. So he's got a great contract now, which I don't want to give him. And the Basel guy, Colho, I'm going to really mess that up all the time. Finalise that, negotiate contract. This time we've got to suggest things to him. Let's remove some of the crap that he might want and Auto puts in there all the time. Optional extension 1 year, looks good. He just bats back to us and says, if you're not giving me what I want, you can't have what you want. So that's a deal on him. We'd love to make Ferran Gonzalez part of our team. We're working towards that end. £16 million is a lot of money for a 17-year-old, but he does look good. But apparently he's got no intention of signing for us. Why? What are Birmingham offering you that we can't offer you, Ferran? What are they offering you? £800 a week? We'll double it. Easy if you want, mate. Double it if you want. PSG, all of a sudden, want Mateus Bogus. We can't have him. But if PSG are interested, it means he must be pretty good. Big bids for Oninho as well still coming in. He'll stay with us this season because he's only 16 years old. Actually can't go out on loan, but he'll stick with us and will develop quite nicely, I think. In fact, given that we've done most of our signings now, actually, and I can't really see many more first-team players coming in as... Cruz Azul want £13 million for the young centre midfielder, who is 17 years old, already playing at League One level at 17. If we were going to pay £16 million to that striker, we may as well put the money in for this guy. Let's bring it down a bit. How about £8.5 million? Suggest that. They say 11. How about £9 million? They come back and say 10.5. We say 9.75. and we've got ourselves a deal. But as I was trying to say, let's have a quick look at the season preview. Predicted to come 10th. I think last season we had the prediction of about 13th, ended up 8th. So 10th, you know, if we have a good season, potentially we could be mixing it inside that top 7. Who's just signed Mbappe as well? Mbappe now playing for Chelsea. How much did they pay for him? £208 million. Whew, big deals there. Liverpool have also signed Frankie de Jong for £116 million. Kai Havertz leaves Chelsea to go to PSG for 116. João Felix comes into Man City for 114 million. Zaniolo goes from Roma to Man United for 67 million. Dicaby's gone from Valencia to Arsenal for 65. Obviously, that's mad. That's mad, isn't it? That Shackleton is right up there in the most expensive transfers to Norwich of all. I can't believe we've managed to get £50 million. I still think that is a great deal for us. Still think that's a really good deal for us. And I think that money's helped us improve our odds in the pre-season preview. Without selling him, I think we'll be a lot lower down. In comes in João Colo, which I'm sure I'm saying wrong. Colo just doesn't really sound right, does it? But for £1.5 million, it's a steal. Funk also coming in. Amazing. I love those names. Those names are amazing. I think what we'll do probably as well is offer Funk. So this just happened. Yep. 3 times actually this happened. Lovely blue screen of death, as you can see. Means one thing, doesn't it? You know, hadn't saved the game, obviously. And luckily, they're recorded. Everything's recorded, because the way I record things, if things like this happen, it just saves the recording. It's amazing how these things can work. But obviously, Football Manager isn't quite that sophisticated. So I've now got to go through and do it all again. But at least I've got the recording now to know that what I've done is done, and I can do that. I can watch what we've just done, obviously, because you just watched it. I'm now doing this again. And obviously, I mean, it'll take me a long time to do it again, but you guys will see me in just a moment's time, I think. And so we're back again. At least I am, at least. For you guys, it's been, what, seconds? So it's the 12th of July now. I think the game might have crashed on the 9th of July. But I watched back, or skipped through, obviously, old footage. I say old footage, the footage you've just seen, to see the signings that we made. And I think I have recreated all our signings pretty much like for like. As it stands right now, Haps hasn't quite left the club, but he's about to leave the club, Haps. We have brought in, of course, Olazert from Boca for 4.4 million. Funk has just come into the club as well. Nainggolan's there. We've got Dwight Mcneil there as well, so it's all okay. We've got a few different loans maybe. I think the loans could be slightly different as well. Rafa has also left the club as well for 1.1 million. Annoyingly, Coleho rejected contracts from us, but we'll just go back in for him again and sign him for £1.5 million as we did normally. I think the staff coming in are slightly different, just because I couldn't be asked to go through all the footage we went through every single staff member I signed, but we've basically got basically the same staff in anyway. Maybe slight variations in some of it, but most of them are pretty much the same. There is one big change actually. I don't think this happened last time. Leonessa terminated the link with us in terms of affiliate clubs, so we've got a new affiliate club in Vojvodina. Not that much of a big issue or deal, but we've got a different affiliate club. But I think everything is the same, I think, until I start to edit this and realise I've done something completely wrong, but there we go. So just as we were about to do before everything crashed, I think we were about to try and offer Bastian Funk out on loan to clubs. So we'll offer him to clubs on loan just as a regular starter. Please, someone take him and make him a really good player. But after all of that, I'm not entirely sure like how many players we want to be bringing in. I've just noticed this guy, Sixto, what a name that is. Sixto Montoya from Cuba. Has a minimum fee release clause of like 130 grand or something like that. So let's get this 17-year-old in as well. He's got potentially 5 stars of potential. So this could be a decent 170 grand it is. Let's wind this up. Come on, 170. There we go. Make that offer. He'll come into the club. And Haps is now leaving for 17.5 million to go to West Ham. Was it West Ham last time? I can't remember. Either way, he's going now. So it's still the same amount of money. We still got the other player in to replace him. It's all good. How much would Ajax want for Nassi Unava? He's not a bad player. How much they want for him? Only 21 mil. And we've got 25. Because I've heard very good reports about him. Let's drop it down to 10 for now and see what they say. They say 11. Okay. So 10.5? Is that what we can do? 10.5? 11.75. surely. Or 10.75. There we go. That could be a very good deal for us. Because I've seen him go for a lot in other saves and develop into a very good player in other saves. He'll start this season off as backup to Dwight Mcneil, but they will be competing for places in the team soon. We've got a 16-year-old right winger here playing for Anderlecht. Could he be any good? Let's find out. Make an offer for him. How much they want for him? 7 million. Is that something we could do a deal on? No, because his termination's only 4. That's not... Well, I don't want to do a deal on that. Just want Joel back as well. We just want Joel back. Arsenal, come on. Do us a deal here. A good deal. Not 114 million, please. Ferdinando. I'm struggling with that. Ferdinando. Easy. That's a mouthful. Try and say it yourself. Ferdinando. It's difficult to say. How much do they want for him? Lads, 4.3. We can do that. Let's bring it down to 2.5, lads. 2.5 mil. Let's do that. And they're happy with it. And here he goes, signing for the club from Benevento. I assume that will come through now. It's not a future one, is it? It should just come through now, I think. We've been able to talk to Colo again this time. Hopefully, we just give him what he wants this time. And he'll be happy to discuss a deal with us, because he rejected us last time. Obviously accepted us on the failed recording stuff. Okay, we've got him this time. He didn't accept us. It was very weird. Oh, there's a 16-year-old here from Galatasaray that I've just seen. Another attacking midfielder. We don't really need them, but how much do they want for him? How much do they want? 11 million. How about 4 million and 30%? 7, they say. How about 5 and 30? 6 and 30. 6 is a good deal. Finalise. Do we want him? Is he that good? Might not be. But he's got a good determination, good teamwork, good vision, good work rate, good passing technique and first touch for 16. Very small at 5'3". But I've just got a bit of an addiction to seeing 5-star potential, 16, 15, 17 years old, and thinking, right, that's it, the future's sorted. Also, I just love the name Steve as well. How much do Sporting want for Steve? Because I rate this as a name. How much do they want? 4.1 million. How about 1.5 and 30%? 2.6, so 1.9 and 30%. 2 million and 30%. Come on, give us 2.1 then, and 30%. Give us Steve. £6 million bid has been accepted. Do we even need... I feel like I'm wasting money a little bit at this point, but they could be good. And if they're not, we can sell them for money in the future. So it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world, as plenty of clubs now want Bogus because he's transfer listed, obviously. All the best clubs in Europe want him, which makes you want to keep him even more. Colo set to sign for us in January, so that's him back as well. So that's all transfers from earlier on, all done. The bid for Steve's been accepted, so let's get him into the club as well. Rejects, remove all these like rubbish clauses in there, give him what he wants. There we go. But now I'm pretty sure all the transfers should be done, although more scout reports have just come through. Even better reports for Steve now as well, which is even better. You love to see that. Who's this guy? He's got 17 years old, 5-star potential, currently at championship level, playing for Monaco. How much would you like for him, Monaco? 103 million. Okay, not him. And here is the 16-year-old from Galatasaray. He's in. Is he joining us now, or is he joining us in January? I need to double check on these things all the time. Is he in? I think it's January. When is it? Why is he not coming? Surely he should be here. Continue again. Has this worked now? Is he here? Venezuela's just signed for us. He's the South American, the Mexican chap, sorry, who's come in. Forgot about him, to be fair. 9.75 million, but does look good, to be fair. Championship level. Core already. He could be rotational for us this season, you know. I'll offer him out to clubs first and foremost on loan, just to see if anyone wants him and will play him regularly. Clubs are bidding for the Mexican guy, but not British clubs. I want him to be getting and working towards his British citizenship to help us out in the future. I mean, I'd like him to go. Like, Chivas would be a great loan for him. In fact, we may as well just send him out there on loan. If he's an important player for Chivas and will play there week in, week out, yeah, why not? But that seems to be that, I think. Has Steve joined us yet? I know we just confirmed it. Steve set to sign. That goes through in January as well. So we've got loads of deals coming in January. So 4 deals coming in January. I mean, that's going to be exciting. I guess it's because they are all so young, maybe. That's why. But it looks good to me. But that is all the transfers done now. And it's time to take on Wolverhampton Wanderers with our new look side. So Fernandez in goal. But of course, we've got a new wing back in Olza, which is exciting. We've got Josko still playing. But of course, alongside him is going to be Ferro. And then at right back, we've got the new signing Tomiyasu. Ferro just wants to be more of a ball-playing defender, though. So we'll move into that ball-playing defender, which is quite nice. Calvin Phillips will still be starting this season. If I can click on the right bloody thing, Calvin Phillips will not start because he's suspended, of course. He got sent off in the last game of the season. That means Radja Nainggolan gets the start this season. I gave him number 46 because that's my favourite number and he's my favourite player. So Radja Nainggolan will start the season off alongside Kenneth Taylor as a new signing, although he wants to be more of a deep line playmaker. Let's start with a deep line and see how it works. Of course, we've got a new winger in Dwight Mcneil. He will start alongside Adam Holozek will start on the other side. Vital through the middle, and of course Rodrigo up front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new players in the starting lineup. That's a lot of players. So coming up against a strong Wolves side with Calvin Stengs obviously in the line. They've just signed Chris Smalling as well. They've still got Neves, Moutinho, Jimenez, Silva. Of course, Wolves are the team that beat us to 7th place in the Premier League last season and got European football because of it. Are they still in European football? Can we click on their name, please? Wolves, Tomiyasu, and then go on to schedule, wherever I reckon that is. Wolves, are they still in it? They're still in it. Okay, so I mean, it's not all for nothing. If they do well in the European Conference League, then it might be okay. But obviously, I'd rather us be there and winning that competition because that would be annoying. But the first highlight of the new season is here, and we need to win the ball back quickly because it is Wolverhampton Wanderers coming forward quickly. Adama Traore just breezes past everyone, but doesn't put a cross into anyone. Fabio Silva waiting on the far side, though. Cross cleared. And now it's time for us to not break because we've lost possession again. Adama looking to come forward. It's real strong possessional play, I should say, from Wolves, which has resulted in a goal. Not the best of starts for the new season. Not the best of starts. Obviously, though, there are 6 new players in our squad. It's going to take a little bit of time for them all to gel. We had quite a few signings at the start of last season. We didn't start last season brilliantly either. So I'm going to go on the assumption that it is going to take a little while for players to... Good save from Fernandez there. I thought it was a certain goal. It's going to take a little while for players to gel. It's going to take a little while for them to get used to each other. But once they do, this is the best Leeds squad. This is the best Leeds side that we've had so far this entire series. I tell you what, I'm just delighted that we've got Nainggolan. Yellow card for him already. Already a yellow card on his debut. That's basically a goal for him on his debut. I'm happy for him. Radja, thank you for coming in and sorting us all out. Big fan of you. But again, Adama Traore is finding a lot of luck down that left-hand side of our left-hand side, their right-hand side. Puts it into Fabio Silva, and we're 2-0 down. And not looking like we're going to be anywhere near winning this game at the moment. Half-time, 2-0 down. Not brilliant, but I am putting it down to teething issues and just getting used to playing with each other, I guess. And if I do remember rightly, we do actually have a really tough start to the season. So it's more than likely we'd lose these games anyway, like the Wolves. I think we've got Arsenal. I think we've got Liverpool coming up soon. Brentford have been promoted. That's interesting. Brentford promoted. If we go 3-0 down. Ask me if I'm worried. Ask me if I'm worried, because the answer's no. I'm not worried. Adama, again, finding just so much space, and ask me if I'm worried now, because the answer might have changed a little bit. So the fact that we are now 4-0 down does worry me a little bit now, I must say, but that's why we signed Radja Nainggolan. What a finish that was. Oh, please don't put it down to VAR. Oh, what? Who was Rodrigo? Oh, Rodrigo got a touch on it, you prick. We've been better in the second half. Obviously, they disallowed a goal. We've hit the post there. We've hit the woodwork twice, apparently. So, another day, it'll be 4-3. That's what I'm going to try and take from that result. But in reality, it's 4-0, which is pretty poor. And it doesn't really get much easier. We've got Arsenal up straight away. A little bit of a breath with Norwich and Aston Villa. But then United, Everton, City, Liverpool. All very tough games. What I think we'll do, though, is come back next episode for Bournemouth and Blackburn, just because I think these games, apart from maybe Norwich and Aston Villa, are going to be a write-off. So we'll come back and we might actually have a chance of winning a game, which might be Bournemouth and Blackburn. Obviously, Norwich will be good to do because they signed Shackleton from us. However, that just is a little bit too early on for us. We'll do Norwich later on in the season, near the end. That would be quite good. And then we can see Shackleton play against us. But that is that for this transfer special / start of the season 4-0 thrashing that we suffered. Not great, honestly. But of course, if you are still watching at this point, that is hugely appreciated. Thank you for watching the whole thing. Please drop a like on the video for me. And of course, if you are still watching and you haven't yet pressed that subscribe button, please do so, because I feel like I've kept your attention for however long this video is, then I probably deserve it. So there we go. That's my stance of that. Either way, thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow for the next episode. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.